lied to, deceived, cheated, feeling like someone is doing something to you. Have you felt that? Have you felt that feeling when you just are like, wow, I get so upset, right? They did that to me. How many times have you heard that? How many times have you heard when someone has just, in almost absolute exasperation, shared that feeling of being lied to? I I know I have. And it doesn't feel good, right? It almost feels like a personal attack. And what I've found is that most people don't actually mean to offend, to lie, to do something that they didn't mean to do. Most people forgot. But there's something very, very powerful in being absolutely impeccable with your word. I'm Dr. Mark Leonard, the founder of the Happiness Breakthrough, and something I was been thinking about today is that feeling that we get when you feel like someone has not being impeccable with a word, when you feel like someone's lied to you. What do you do? What do you do? Well, I think the very first thing to do is to ask yourself, did they mean to do it? Did they mean to lie to you? And if so, then there's your answer. They meant to do it, then just stop dwelling upon it. Did they not mean to do it? Did they not mean to pull the wool over your eyes? Then ask yourself, what would a perfectly sane person do? Did they mean to do that to you? Probably not. Then that's where mercy comes in. That's where forgiveness comes in. That's where we have the opportunity to say, I don't need to feel this way. I can just simply go, how am I going to show up? One of the things that I had happen to me recently is I was in an engagement with someone, a business agreement, a contract, if you will, and I felt like they were not upholding their end of the bargain. I went back and I said, this is how I'm feeling about this. This is my experience. And they said, oh no, this is my experience. And you know what? We eventually decided to no longer be in that contract together. And that's okay. But I wanted to not have those feelings of angst, to have those feelings of frustration. So I chose to say, how can I show up? I wanted to show up as my best self. So I reminded myself that, when I'm my best, I'm serving someone, I'm authentic, and I'm courageous, right? I know that when I'm being my absolute best, that's what I'm doing. And that's what I encourage you to do. Show up as your best self and be impeccable with your word. Impeccable means to be perfect, right? But it also means to not give in to sin. Be impeccable means to step up, to rise up, to be your best in all things. So my challenge to you today is to be absolutely impeccable. When you say you're going to do something, say it and then do it. Act upon it. It used to be, not that long ago, that contracts were bound by a handshake. Now we have lawyers and contracts that protect all of our interests. But I want to get back to a society of a handshake. I want to get back to when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. And we live up to our best expectations of ourselves. When we can do that, imagine what this world will look like. So my challenge to you is be absolutely impeccable in what you say you're going to do. And if you're not, here's the second thing. Say sorry. Say sorry. Admit that you're wrong and then try again. Ask for forgiveness and keep moving forward. I want to be your coach. I want to help you be impeccable with your word. I want to help you, and I want to help entrepreneurs achieve a life of less stress, of greater productivity, of more influence, of greater clarity of where you're going. I want to help you be even more courageous in your life. If that's something that you are looking for, then I want you to go to my website, thehappinessbreakthrough.com, go down to the bottom and fill out a time to chat with me. And let's find out what you can do to live as your best life, because I want you to be impeccable in all the things that you're doing. I'm Dr. Mark Leonard. Tune in tomorrow as I share another little tidbit of tips to help you break through and achieve even greater greatness.